Hello, magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Hotsaki, this is Nikki, also known as Basis Trader, and you're watching the Awesome 10X channel this July 24, 2020. It's already Friday. Have a good weekend. Let's discuss your Philippine market wrap-up. So in the Philippines, we are seeing the markets is steady at 6,000. You've got we can clearly see that Nickel Asia is one of the strongest issues in the Philippine market, and let's thank our God, Mr. Elon Musk, for that. So electrification is one of a huge trend, and nickel is component for all these electric. And of course, yesterday, actually on July 22, Tesla said that they would be willing to give big contracts to nickel miners if they are doing mining in a good and responsible way. So that actually is a good thing. And the people who probably were listening to the Elon Musk second quarter conference call last Wednesday, July 22, would probably have an idea that, of course, it is a positive thing for your nickel miners, lithium miners, which is a component for your electric battery storage. Let's take a look in your market values today. PSEI, very small value. The Philippine stocks only is 2.8 billion, less than 3 billion pesos. We have seen that for the last maybe 1 to 2 to 3 weeks, we barely get any volume, and the little volume we get, we even get a lot of foreign selling. So advancers are 91, decliners are 93. It is a very small market. The Philippine market has very few winners. You could see that the gainers are small, and the gains are small, 1.92% for your URC. Your Jollibee's gains is 1.5%, while you're losing a lot of money. Ayala Land is negative 3.85. Your Bloomberry is negative 2.86. We have new lows, 352-week new lows. It tells a lot about the lack of liquidity, and generally, the Philippines is not as strong as your overall markets abroad. Your Philippine markets is down from about 6,025 all the way down to 5,969. It tried to stay afloat in that 6,000 level, but it's just hanging by a thread. The volume is bad, the value turnover is bad, so the bears have this. The bears have the market in control. All of your shares are down. Financials trying to keep afloat. Your industrials trying to keep afloat. Your holdings can't continue higher. Your properties are falling as well. Mining is one of the few that's trying to hold, with gold hitting $1,900 an ounce, and your services is still down. So let's take a look at your statistics and some charts. So in your top gainers, you could see that Merrimart is up 7%, speculative somehow, but at least that is a strong move, 7% with 173 million value traded. Of course, this is the shining thing for the day. We are seeing Nickel Asia up 4.65%, $2 peso 25 cents, with value traded of about 86 million pesos. You are seeing that those are the few lone winners. A little bit of win for ESPH, renewable energy is a big secular trend. Wind farms, solar farms, that's a good thing. One of the few bright things to discuss about the Philippines, actually. However, we have a lot of losers. You could see that ABS-CBN, this network can't renew their franchise. And I think by August, a lot of thousands of employees are losing their jobs. It's a sad day. It's a sad time for the Philippines broadcast channel, ABS-CBN, down 26%. Previous date 1036, now it's 7.64. Huge drop on the downs. Huge drop, 77 million value traded. You also see big selling pressure for with big volume to Ayala Land, 2,000 trades, 171 million pesos. As Ayala Land can't break 34, 35, now it's 32.5. It's a sad thing for the Philippines. You've got very little volume, and the volume you even get is more onto the downside. So really sad, guys. Most actively traded, we're seeing SM Prime, Mary Mart. So the biggest is SM Prime, 400 million pesos, just unchanged at 30 peso 50 cents. And really top traded on the downside, you've got ABS, 26% down. So basically, it's a sad part. It's I think multi-years worth of all-time lows for ABS CBN. So it's a mourn. We mourn for the company. I mourn for the company. We'll see what's happening. Okay, so let's go to your charts. Okay, let's go to your charts. Investograms. Okay, so I do use this for a Philippine charting. Okay, so stocks in the Philippines, not good. Okay, stocks. Ayala Land, SM 900, ACH 230, Globe 2090, Jollibee 128.5, URC 122. At least it's not always down, but it's down for the week. Ayala Corp 742, Green 179, recovered from 155. Apex is steady 145. Cebu Pacific still down 38.4. Macro Asia at least barely holding that 5 peso line. Shaggy's Pizza trying to hold that 6 peso line. DNL can't go afloat below 5. Now it's 469. PLC trying to stay sane with 30 cents but no volume. So yeah, BDO trying to hold at 90 level, those round numbers. Yeah, so let us go to your charts. So for your charts, I think NIKL Asia is one of the most important charts that we should always discuss. One of the few companies in the Philippines that's actually riding a secular trend, increased demand of electric vehicles in the next 10, 20, 30 years would actually be encouraging for your NIKL Asia. So you're seeing that volume has really picked up since May, 146 lows. That was a double bottom here. A higher low at 180, a higher low at $2. This is a higher high. This is a typical uptrend for those who don't understand technical analysis. Higher low, higher high. Those are what you call an uptrend. You want to buy uptrends, not downtrends. This is one of the uptrends in the Philippine market. It looks like we have resistances here at about 259, 2.8. But as long as it is still in an uptrend channel, you can hold your winners. This is one of the few winners that we have in the Philippines. So you could see that whenever it consolidates, low volume, that is typical with a healthy uptrend. Whenever it falls, low volume. Whenever it goes up, strong volume. Whenever it goes up, strong volume. So it's really easy. When it's going up with high volume, that's good. When it's going down with little volume, then that's good. That is a sign of a bullish uptrend. So yeah, let's see if it can go to about 260. And if it drops, doesn't matter. Let's see if $2 or 205 gets supported in the next few days. So that's it for your NIKL Asia. Let's take a look in your Apex Mining. Your gold is going up. We could see this in your mirrors. So in the US, Perth Mint, this is Australia. It has about 165,000 ounces of gold. And it is a direct reflection. If it's 1882 here, it means that the gold is $1,882 per ounce. So it's just a direct replica. You could see from March, gold went from about 1450. Now it's about 1880. Some people believe it's going to go 24 or 27. That would be $2,400 to $2,700. So a direct correlation effect for your gold is, of course, Apex Mining. From about 59 cents, it's now 145. We could see a support at 120. So that's very clear here, 118. Take a look in your chart. Your prior resistance is your support. Your prior resistance is your support. So higher lows, higher highs. One of the few names in the Philippines that you can actually make money from. So you've got resistances here at about 160, 170, 180, 190. Thank you for those listening to our charts, to our channel. Continue to watch our show. We like to highlight the good things that we can say about the Philippines, and we are not shy to say that if it's a low volume or it's a downtrend, we cannot change the reality. So that is it. PSEI is still weak. You can see that the 6,000 is barely holding on. It's a tough money to be made in the Philippines, very hard. But let's see how the Philippine market will react. You're seeing the 6,000 is trying to be supported, but if that breaks, you've got 5-6 next. So what would determine your Philippine stock performance would, of course, be your largest index weights. So Ayala Land and Ayala Corp is one of the largest. So if it continues downward, like if Ayala Land drops to $30, then that is not good for your PSEI. If your Ayala Corp drops below this 720 and goes about 675, then that means that you have leeway for your index to go down. Same case for SM Prime and your SM. So these are your big top 5 in the Philippine market. So if SM isn't going up and it's carrying a huge weight in your Philippine market, it will carry over to your entire PSEI. Take a look in your properties. Mega World wants to borrow billions of dollars, billions of pesos, around $100 million abroad. So if they manage to do so and refinance at cheap interest rates, then this might be positive for your Mega World. Same thing happening, of course, for your Jollibee. We know Jollibee was able to buy, to get $600 million of financing, very cheap rates. So those are actually a positive trade for your company. So for those listeners who are Chinese, Hokkien o galay kong tampo. So Filipinola ne Jollibee u twe lakpak bikim lakpak hang bikim ya jodi shakla. So ityo palat sa puto satyam goe percent. Yang tinip yang kuinyo to ako ho nale issue bonds lanlekyo $2 bonds to si ityo pala bikim. Tan si satyam goe percent bikim goni i web haila so to apo ho no Philippine kong silong chongle tiotsi with the market all over the world once abundant liquidity Fed the stimulus was $6 trillion in US yatswe sila jusi white be ay pang disyak. So ito ay Jollibee, ICT, PLDT, so ay to po na Philippine to akyang kong si even Ayala Corp, SM, so ay long tong to si refinance in a maturing bond profiles, and they're borrowing at a cheaper rate, which of course, if you think about it, yakin tong sangdi lang naman, di sangdi siyak siya, di na tiyo sa bilang 10 billion pesos. Let's say you save 1%. 1% of 10 billion is already 100 million. So, tipa tang peso si ng tang bikim kyang si. So, inatyo, taputo, tipa tang bikim ng pa tang bikim sa pa tang bikim, ina save, kyo le, sige percent si tang ng tang sa tang bikim tini, siyang go ni si tago tang bikim na. So to savings for the companies la. So sa ICC, it's a good thing for the Philippine big corporations to be able to do that. So I see hoe good news. Not just for the corporations but also for the Philippine corporates. So the Philippine bonds was also giving a lot of I'm not sure how much the interest rate is, but it's probably in the 3.5 to 4.5% zone. So those are a good thing for issuers. You are seeing, of course, Jollibee, Tiacho si pa sa Biko, si DS support the ECC, yatso elang lebue, pa go sa yatso elang lebue, chusile pang, in lebue tsuki. So, intoy to si buesh shok sa, syempre, pang sa si sa ko, chusi tan loa, tsuki loa. For the next 3 to 6 months, with your Philippine market probably in a trading range, so we're having a hard time. The US is doing well, China is doing well. You have 11,000 Nasdaq. Even if you tell me that Nasdaq would fall to 5% or even 10%, that's still significantly higher than your 6 March lows. So we are seeing that the Philippine market is trying to just trade a range within these levels. I'd say that drops of Jollibee would be limited at 112 or or even here at about 110, 108. So drops are seen to be bought and rallies are seen to be sold. That's a typical story for the Philippine market: buy low, sell high. Yeah, so for now, yeah, trending stocks, Mary Mark. So let's see what's happening. Yeah, it's up 70, 80 million pesos with a 7% move. Tansio, so I just see cut speculative to see both Hansi. It's pretty new. It's conceptual. People like to trade new names. But you could see that it's a trading range is doing 195. Now it's 235. You've got resistance zones here at 260, 270. So could see that this is a lower high. So these are not uptrends. So it can go lower low even if it's up today. So this was green and then down, green, it could go down. I'm not saying that it will go down, but since this is a downtrend, it's not the same as your NIKL Asia or Apex. So yun, just pay attention to higher lows, higher highs. Those are the kinds of uptrends that you want to be trading or investing upon. So yun, that's it for the Philippine market. Jose, do know that later on, candidates in PIGO. So every Friday we do make free classes. So kinadit PIGO wabay siya ko how to make money in streaming platforms. So we're going to discuss Twitch, Facebook, not just that. Maybe you haven't heard about Bigo Live, Emo TV, Huya Douyu for Chinese. So yeah, let's discuss how you make money on these platforms and whether you're buying the streaming platform providers or you're a content creator. Let's go discuss that later on. Gotyam po at YouTube. Did you see? Subscribe YouTube channel. You'll get notifications and see you later. Gotyam po kaulakyam po. Di na bohat hang po masibwe pai kasi it's always recorded. You can always watch it at any time you want. That's it, Tosha. Thanks for following, and please subscribe to the channel for not miss any of our great videos every single day. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.